evening, everybody, and welcome to a windy MCYFL field here at Jervey Gant. It's a Wednesday night edition of the NFL Marion County Flag Game of the Week. And boy, do I have a special guest for everybody today. Greg Palquin's joining me, Galen Unold, and we're live for a 10U battle. I'm a big believer that the 10U is by far and away the most competitive division out here. Greg, first of all, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah?
good, Galen. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm glad you could join us. Matt's usually in here, but he's got a game. And, while we're going throughout this game, I really want to talk about MCYFL and how important it is not only to the kids that play, but to the entire community. It's a league I've coached in. I have a lot of respect for, so I know we want to mix that in. But do you know anything about these two teams, the Raiders and the 49ers?
They're both from the West Coast. Other than that, I'm totally lost. I do this, done it for a long time, but I'm used to numbers. I'm used to at least a name on the back of the jersey. We don't have that. We don't have that, Galen. So it's just going to be that guy right there.
That's right. Well, the first time that John said, hey, come out and broadcast the Super Bowl, I'm like, sure, right? I mean, I've broadcast games out here before, and I got here, I'm like, there's no numbers. There's no names on the jerseys. And, I'm up in the press box, and they're tiny. It's rough.
The big guys, they at least have spotters working for them. They got people in the control room that can tell you, ooh, that was Jermaine Richardson that just ran that. So we can, act like we know what we're doing. We're totally lost tonight.
No, we have none of that. What we have is color of shoes, right, and headgear.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. And I wrote them on mine. I didn't write them on yours.
Okay.
That was pretty selfish of me.
It was.
Now, how long have you been coaching out here at Flag?
At Flag, this is my second year at Flag.
Okay.
This is my second year at Flag. At MCYFL, 48 years.
Yeah, you've been here forever.
Yes.
I mean, you're not a Hall of Famer, but you've coached a few.
Yes, I have.
So,
yes, I have.
Yeah, but and we'll get into that at depth. Tackle and Flag have very little in common.
True.
How much of a transition is it for you, for a guy, as you said, coach tackle at this level for 48 years to come to the Flag?
I don't think it was the game itself was that much different. It was the age difference. I started last year with 6U. My assistant coach, Tiffany, and her son. I agreed to be her assistant coach last year, and that was an experience. I mean, we were herding cats, to put it mildly.
Sure.
And then this year, Sam stepped up to the 8U program, so I agreed to take the team, and I told Tiffany under two circumstances. Number one, I get Sam, and number two, you come with him. So we're at it again. But it's been a real enjoyable time. It's humbling, You're used to dealing with 12, 13-year-old kids, and now you got to step down to 6- and 7-year-old kids. It's humbling. The attention span is extremely small, and you got to get the message out there quickly because you'll lose them.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, you've been coaching the Falcons forever.
Correct.
Right. I mean, I think you've only coached the Falcons for like the last 30-something years.
Well, I got them in 81.
Okay.
And before that, I was an assistant coach from 75 to 80. I was an assistant coach with two other teams.
Okay.
I played in the league in 1970, the first year it was formed. I had my 4 years at Forest High School with John and Scott Brantley and all that gang. In fact, we just celebrated our 50th anniversary of our state championship.
Yeah.
So
I was 6.
Yeah, whatever.
I was at the game. I don't remember.
I always tell everybody, when I started coaching, Jesus was in the Pee Wee division. So.
Well, you had his brother James, who was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good athlete. Could move a little bit. But again, you have a system with the Falcons, right? I mean, I've played against you. Everybody kind of knows what to expect with the Greg Palquin Falcons.
Right.
None of that transfers over really to Flag. There's not the similar plays.
Well, I tell you what, Galen, the only thing that transferred is I always coach by what I call the 3 Fs, and that's faith, family, and football.
Sure.
So that transcends into any sport, really. But as far as the game itself goes, X's and O's are X's and O's. You can design any play you want to, but it's a whole different scheme. It's a whole different strategy. And at the end of the day, we're youth coaches, and no matter how the planning, the filming, the work, you ultimately put it in the hands of a 7-year-old child. So good luck with that.
Well, one of the things we're going to do tonight, we're going to have both coaches mic'd up, which I think is fun. Last week we tried it. The wind is brutal, so hopefully it works. But what you can get is some real insight into just how important that coach-player relationship is, right? Because it's so easy at this age. A play goes wrong, and they get down on themselves.
Right.
Because that is one thing about this game is you can get down in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
You can get down 2 or 3 scores and have only touched the ball once.
Right.
So that's a little different in tackle. It's pretty rare for you to have that kind of disparity in talent and in scoring.
Correct. And, the thing about it is when a kid does, well, first of all, as a coach, you got to make sure you don't put a kid in a situation to fail. If you know a kid has trouble catching, don't throw him a long ball for a game-winning touchdown. It's not being mean. It's not being cruel. You're actually sparing that child from devastating results. And you work with them. You take their strong points and you work with them. This kid might be great on defense, pulling flags. This kid might be good running, but he can't catch, They're 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. They've got a long way to go. My favorite story with the Falcons, and like I said, I started about 10 years old. Really get the 11, 12, and 13s the bulk of my thing.
Right.
Had a kid come out, little pudgy guy, put him at guard. He was second string guard. There's one of my former quarterbacks right there, Adrian Nunn.
Well, he's a shipmate, so he's a good dude.
He is. And despite being coached by me, he actually made something of himself.
That's right.
So.
Well, he went in the Navy. The Navy fixed it.
But anyway, he was just a pudgy little kid. I put him at left guard and second string. And I always tell my kids, whatever position you play with me, you probably won't be playing that in high school because you're going to develop, you're going to age. Anyway, make a long story short, he was great in baseball. They saw he had an arm. They put him at quarterback. He started for Forest 3 years on the varsity. So, you live, you learn. And these guys have got to start in a position, and as a coach, you nurture them along. Like I say, you don't ask too much of them. You got to recognize what they do. Steve Rim, big part of this league, came to my team, and he came in late.
That's an incredible story.
I already had my backfield and everything. I didn't know what to do with him, so I put him at right tackle. And here I am. This was probably one of my first years coaching as a head coach, and I put Steve Rim at right tackle. And then about 3 days in, I saw him play in this game called putback, where you just throw and wherever you can put your guy back, he has to throw it back to you. And there he is standing flat-footed at 11, 12 years old, throwing the ball 60 yards. And I said, hey, kid, come here. You're my new quarterback now.
Well, and he kind of had a pretty good career, went on to the NFL.
Absolutely.
You want to film today? You want to film? That's too bad. All right, cool. Jack Sheaves, he's the best camera operator I have. I only have like 4, and 3 of them aren't very good. But again, those are the kind of stories that football and sports can do, especially as a coach with, that connection never leaves, right, between player and coach. And for a lot of these kids, this is the first taste of organized football that they're going to have, and hopefully that can transition over to tackle.
Exactly. And the biggest thing, and like I said, I just mentioned we celebrated our 50th anniversary of winning the 1974 state championship at Forest High School with Brent Hall. A lot of these guys, Galen, I'll eat lunch with them every week.
Sure, of course.
This is 50 years later. We're still in contact with each. That's the bond that is made with this game. And Vince Lombardi put it the best. Football is the closest thing you'll ever have to going to war. I mean, the camaraderie, the relying on each other, the teamwork, it's all there.
I've done both. Mm-hmm. Football's a little easier.
It is. A lot less.
You get to go home after
exactly.
the game. I will tell you that. But
exactly.
And again, I think that's so important, and we're going to kind of tie that in because we are, at the MCYFL fields that you guys basically own, for lack of a better word. You rent from the county. I remember when they built this facility, and I was like, this is incredible.
Yep.
It started off as one field and kind of expanded from there. I need a camera guy. And then as time has gone on, this is one of the better football facilities in the county.
And you know what's most impressive to me, Galen?
It's more modern than Booster.
Yes. Everything out here was paid for by the citizens of Marion County,
correct.
by donations.
That's correct.
We get no government funding.
That's
none.
correct.
And everything was out here through our fundraising effort. Nobody in MCYFL gets paid. It's all volunteer. And these people, they work. They work hard. I should ask you, how many Sonny's tickets have you sold? Sold or eaten.
Yeah, that by the way, as a coach, that was the most painful part of the coaching experience.
I automatically just write off the
you
whole
just
set.
like, you know what? How much is all of them?
Yeah.
I'll write a check. Hopefully I don't lose all of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's one of those things that gosh, modernize that. But
luckily, I've been good with the teams. We've had pretty good participation in getting it, and that's what
Team
people.
Mom's your number one draft
Oh,
pick.
definitely. But that's the lifeblood of this league.
You're correct.
That's what funds. We have the finest equipment. Most people don't know this, but helmet manufacturers are down to basically two major ones, Rydell and Schutt, and then
That's
there's
correct.
a few, other
Really
ones,
high-end.
upstart, high-end ones coming out.
What is it, Zenith?
Zenith has one,
Yeah.
and but the helmets that we carry are the same shell, same caliber as an NFL helmet. So, a lot has been put in over the years through concussion protocols and stuff like that. So, we really don't have that big of an issue with that anymore. When I started playing and coaching, believe it or not, you go to Walmart and you get those helmets with the little canvas straps in it. That's what we played in.
That's
They were
crazy.
made in Leesburg by Medalist Gladiator.
Really?
I'll never forget that. Yes, sir.
Wow. Well, and again, with MCYFL, you come out, you have an equipment day, and I remember when my son was playing here, he was so scared of equipment day. Because it's just that I got to get my shoulder pads, and,
Right.
And you walk through, and the first time you walk through, and I'm like, son, why don't you get a pair of shoulder pads that fit?
Mm-hmm.
And there's all of that, and the staff here does such a good job of introducing them to the game. And I think that is so vitally important. And I've said this publicly many times that MCYFL and playing, we've played with the Chiefs, we played with the Steelers, played with the Wolfpack. My son playing football gave him so many life skills that it's immeasurable.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that's because of coaching. The first year he played with Coach Gilmore, my son was just going through a massive growth spurt. He's 6'7" now, but he couldn't backpedal because his feet was a size 13 at the age of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he couldn't backpedal. And Gilmore said, hey, just run through it forward. And it was that little things and the little boosts of confidence, because he never played. He was terrible. But he did go on to start for a Steelers team that won the Super Bowl against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
That
I remember that well.
That game's available on YouTube if you want to watch it.
I'm sure it is.
With my play-by-play on there.
Right.
But again, that's and he was a starter on that team, and that's part of the progression, right, is developing these kids.
Well, absolutely. And I think we're getting into a culture where especially the parents nowadays, Galen, it's win-win-win. Their 8-year-old child, they want them to sign a D1 scholarship next week, and it's not going to happen. And our job as youth coaches is to develop these kids. And first off, show them the basics of football, and that goes to the stance, that goes to, of course, in our league, tackling and blocking and that kind of stuff, and then progressing with the skills, but giving them self-confidence. And like I say, as a coach, I think the worst thing you can do is put a kid in a position where he's going to fail. Either throw him out in a game, go play safety. Well, you never coach that kid at safety.
Right.
He doesn't know what he's doing, so he's destined to fail. So don't do that to these kids.
Well, not only that, safety is the key part of that.
Yeah.
Every single piece.
Right.
So many people talk about concussions, and how long ago was it? 10 years ago when I coached out here. Safety was everything.
Mm-hmm.
See what you hit. Don't lead with your head. Every single step of that was huge.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, yeah. We went to the heads-up tackling system years ago, and I'll never forget. I actually learned about that at a coach's clinic a few years prior to that, and the guy talked about tackling with your chest, and I looked at him. I said, "You're nuts," because when I played, we were taught to put right here, the crown of your helmet right between your numbers.
That's right. Hey, y'all want to video this for me? The game? All right. There you go.
Yeah, you ain't doing nothing.
Just look there.
What's up, man?
Stay behind the quarterback. Behind the quarterback? Yep. Go have fun. Right now? Yeah. Go ahead. Get out there. So, again, we're just moments away from kickoff. I wanted to talk to both coaches. So, neither one of them, we had a plan. Everybody's got a plan until it starts. They didn't pick up their microphones, none of that. I was hoping to get some pregame talk. But again, that safety is, even out here, even with flag, it's such a focus point. And I think a lot of parents are like, oh, my child's not ready for MCYFL. That's just not true.
It isn't. And all these kids, they're so afraid stepping up to the next level, going from Peabody junior to senior. But this league was founded to get kids ready to play high school football. And that was the foundation of it. When Brent Hall and John Brantley Sr. did this, they were out there and they were saying, we're going to prepare these kids for high school football. And that's why MCYFL, we play strictly by FHSAA rules. We have a few changes because of our ages and weights and whatnot. But other than that, it's strictly high school rules.
And again, that's why this is, it's the largest, football, whatever you want to call it, league in the country because of that. So, and because there's such a focus on it. Yeah.
But, yeah, we require all our coaches to be USA certified.
Yep.
They go through a rigorous background check that's nationwide. So safety for the kids is our number one paramount thing. That's what we do.
Sure.
We want a good experience for the kids. We want safety for the kids.
Give this to the coach. Let me make sure it's not muted. All right. Yeah. Give it to him. The 49ers head coach. Yeah, I got a lot going on. Got to get everything situated.
I know.
You get out here an hour early, get all the equipment working, and then, it's the little details. So, all right, so we got the coaches mic'd up. I'm curious as if it works. But, so we didn't preview this game at all, but I'm kind of excited about seeing these two coaches. They know each other extremely well. Mm-hmm. From the MCYFL. They have a pretty long relationship with one another. This should be a lot of fun just to watch them play.
Well, I know Ray's been through our league. He coaches at the high school level.
Yep.
And now he's out here for flags. So,
And again, it helps.
He might have a clue of what he's doing.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
go, baby.
So
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go.
this should be fun. All right, so here we go. It's opening kickoff. It looks like the Raiders are going to have the football first.
Well, we got one coach that was excited.
Yeah, that's better than – sometimes they have more energy than the kids. All right, so they're going to start here in the shotgun all the way back
Say now, play.
at the back.
Right
They're
now,
going to do a
easy.
little end
Easy.
around, and it'll be easy tackle. I like that defensive set that the 49ers had there. They had a guy covering the center right on the ball, and it prevented that run by Caden.
Right. Trying to see what they're doing here.
It gets a little rough when
Yeah,
when
we
there's
got half-
players in front of us.
Got half
That's
the
for sure.
sideline in front of us.
Yeah, again. I've tried it up in the press box. That doesn't work either. But Brayson Bowers goes by Joker is the quarterback.
and
You're going to see a lot of
Chris.
him too.
Nothing behind
So-
y'all.
And again, we got Coach Gerard Williams in the background, kind of coaching his guys up. That'll be fun.
That line has been spoken by every coach in the history of football. Nobody behind you. And I don't know what it is about kids. They think that they can run toward a receiver running at them at full speed and be able to stop and turn around and keep up with them, and it just doesn't work.
Kind of a bunch set with Hartwell split out wide to the right. Taking their time. Fillmore wants to bring them back in.
All right, so I guess we got our rusher in the middle, and in too deep.
Just starting here. If you're paying attention at home, I'll put the scoreboard up for us. Oh, I didn't change the Jaguars logo, so I'll fix that. Always something going on.
Right.
I'm going to try not to get hit with a football on the sidelines, too. Just starting off. The clock didn't start. I don't know if there's something going on, something wrong, but I think we're going now. All right.
Maybe that first play was just a warm-up. It didn't
Maybe.
count.
I'm still confused. They still haven't started the clock. Fillmore's still talking to his players. I guess they're waiting for the official. Maybe they're down an official. Because they're kind of
Well,
just
they have an
standing
official
around.
over there. I know they like to have two, but they do. Well, they have a guy on this side, but he doesn't look like
Here he
he's ready to
comes.
jump in.
Now they got a guy. All right, here we go. Now we're off. Hartwell's out to the right. Bowers is a quarterback. He's in shotgun.
Oh.
False start. Everybody's screaming. Bowers looks. He's got time. No rusher. Now he's going to dump down low. That ball's dropped. No catch intended for Caden Terrence, I believe.
Well, the deep guys were covered very well. Those two guys that play in safety, they did their job.
Yeah, he wanted to go deep, so I guess it is second down now. Hey, and for the first time all year, my clock is pretty close to their clock. I feel really good about myself. It's baby steps.
There you go.
Yeah, leave that ball there. I don't want to get hit. Bowers in shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff. Now he's going to throw deep, intended for Bo. Hartwell's son, Jermaine, and Riley, and just couldn't get there. Third down.
What down this is?
Third down.
Okay.
Now, on their side of the field, they do have 4 downs. They do have 4 downs.
That's correct.
They'll have the option to punt on 4th down. But once they cross midfield, they only have 3 downs. So
Steve Rim taking over, cleaning up the sidelines a little bit, which we're appreciative of. There are a lot of people on the sidelines here early. Always are. That happens whenever. Everybody wants to be inside the fence, don't
absolutely.
they? And the ball, I almost feel like I'm at the Forest press box with the big wall in the middle.
Well, you know, all our coaches wear their badges. And
you just let that go, which is fantastic.
Yeah. You know, even they wear their badges, and if they forgot their badge, you know, we'll hey, if we know who they are for sure, we'll give them a visitor's badge that day. But
all right,
you know, and that's basically to protect the kids. You know,
correct.
you don't want a parent on the field. You don't want somebody you have no idea,
right?
You know what they're doing, what they're capable of. So that's just a safety measure.
All right, so the clock is still rolling, but we have slowed everything down. All right, Bowers is going to drop back on third down. He had Riley Hartwell on the crosser. That would have been a nice gain there. I think he could have turned the corner, but instead it's going to be a turnover because they're going to punt.
They are going to punt, and I think he started running before he caught the ball because it hit him right in the hands. That was a good pass.
He had a lot of green grass in front of him, and Coach Fillmore decides that discretion is better part of valor.
Absolutely.
Art Andrews and Kevin Terrence also on the sidelines for the Niners. Last week, the Raiders won a great game against the Seahawks, 32-26. That was a fun game. I got to watch a little part of that game. I was pretty impressed by both teams. So here come the Niners on offense. And again, you're going to see mostly at the quarterback position, you're going to be seeing he goes by Fat Boy. He throws it to Christopher Taylor. Christopher Taylor's just so quick.
That was nice. The two inside guys kind of did an out, and the outside guy came underneath him with a cross, and that was the well-thrown ball.
Absolutely. And so here we go. It'll be second down, halfway there. They're going to go. Rolls out, dumps it down low. It's going to be brought down right there. And I think that was Kaysen Sanks.
Now, right there on the dotted line, that's what they call the no-run zone. If you get across that line from there to midfield, you have to throw the ball. You cannot run it in that zone.
Willie Johnson in the backfield. He's going to give it up to Chappelle. Chappelle's got it.
So
he's got enough to the first down, maybe. Good tackle there by Riley Hartwell. Let's see where they mark that. They're going to give him the first down. It's right at the stick.
The official should have caught that. That ball was inside the no-run zone.
I don't know if he did. To me, it didn't look like that ball moved forward at all. All right, so Willie Jones Jr. is going to be in shotgun. Everybody is on the left side. A lot of pink hacks. They're going to dump it down low, and he's going to be brought down after a short game. I do like just getting a little yardage once in a while. I think that's a smart way to go. That was Amir Williams on the catch.
Well, you know, you got to look at your opponent. You got to see where their strengths are. And if they got both their big dog players in the back covering deep, which it looks like the Raiders do, then you have to go underneath. You have no choice.
Yeah, you know, I don't know who caught that ball. Now we got second down. Going to go low to Chris Taylor. Good instant tackle there.
That was Jordan with the tackle.
Good job. See, you know the names already.
No, it was on the back of his shirt. I caught it, you know.
Makes it easy when they do that.
It does. So when I get a name, I'm going to jump right on it.
It's almost like they should just do that. for everyone with giant, the big numbers. You're a PA guy for Forest. You'll appreciate that. Remember when they used to have the Vegas colors where you couldn't read the numbers at all? That was the worst.
We get a few teams out here at MCYFL, and
ooh, that's a duck.
We have really
incomplete. Bowers broke it up.
Yeah, we have really been monitoring our jerseys lately because the Seahawks one year when they were in Marion Oaks came out and they had a white jersey with a lime green number lined in clear. And I mean, you couldn't see anything. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Well, the famous one for me is North Marion and Dunellen had these. I'm like, I can't tell.
Yeah.
You can't tell under the lights.
Well, they have those sublimated jerseys, and they ride up into the number, and you're like,
Yeah, and that was an FHSAA ruling that they made to fix that, so I'm glad they did. Right, Bowers is going to look deep for Riley again, just through his hands. They've just been off tonight. Just haven't been able to catch. He's been open, just haven't been able to connect.
Yeah, they're right there. They're right there. I don't know if the receivers are starting to run before they catch the ball or what, but – it'll start collecting. It'll start hitting.
You're very familiar with this. When it's a school day and it's game day, it's different, right? Your mindset's different. You haven't prepped right.
Well, you got a lot of things.
Oh, nice breaking of tackle.
Yeah, you got a lot of things going on. Spring break's coming up. These kids are all antsy, expecting, looking forward to spring break.
Oh, yeah. Troy rushing on the carry.
So a lot on their mind. It's hard to keep them focused. I mean, 10U is a little bit different, but like I said, 8U and 6U.
6U, you're herding cats.
Yeah,
6U.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 6U. Didn't you coach Pee-wees for a while?
No,
never.
Nope.
Never brave enough to do the Pee-wees?
Well, back in the day, Pee-wees were in the juniors. We started at 9 years old.
Oh,
and
yes.
So you kind of babysit the little guys. I always look at a kid and go, do I have him 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? And I coach him in that respect.
Oh, that ball's picked.
Almost hit the ground. It was right in his hands.
Oh, Chris Taylor had it. Couldn't come up with it. Another fourth down, and they're going to punt. And again, I'm shocked by this. I expected a whole lot more scoring than what we've had, and I'm shocked by it. I thought we would have a ton of scoring, but this is such a competitive division.
That Raider punter, Ray Fillmore's been busy tonight, so.
He's getting it done. Getting it done. All right, so here we go. They're going to hand it off to Chappell. Chappell's going to head over the right side, moves once, twice, hits it, and he's tackled, but he'll be inside Raiders territory. And that play's working. Chappell is just so quick. The quarterback, Willie Jones Jr., he calls himself Fat Boy. Everybody calls me Fat Boy, but I don't choose that.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Well, at least you're not short.
But, there's nothing fat about him. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, all right. All right. We haven't done the introductions, but we'll do that here in a little bit. So now we've got Chappell. In the backfield, they love that RPO. Nice dump down to Willie Jones Jr. Makes one man miss. Riley gets him after a while. That'll set up second down from there. That was a nice play.
That was a nice play.
They do a great job of that RPO, where you have the option to run it or pass it, run-pass option. And that's one thing the Niners have really done. And you're seeing that develop throughout all the divisions, just giving them the opportunity because once they hand it off, they can run it, they can pass. And it just divides it out. Now, once they hand it off, you can also instantly come in. You don't have to wait to run from the blitz line.
Correct.
And the Raiders are not blitzing. There's a double reverse back to Chappell.
Good read.
Chappell looks at it, and there's a tackle right at the 4.
If you can't grab the flag, tackle him.
I'm not sure how that wasn't a flag. Did they not call a flag on that? That was a flag. I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure how that wasn't. And in the other league, that is a flag.
It was so funny. One of our first games this year, the ref came up to me and he goes, I'm not going to call a penalty this time, but, you got some of your kids blocking. I said, blocking? They're not blocking. They're just standing there. They don't know anything about blocking.
All right, here we go. Willie Jones Jr. is the quarterback in shotgun. They're going to stack 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Chris Taylor is out to the left. He's open in the end zone. They fire.
Oh, nice
That's
shot.
actually Chappelle on
Nice
the
shot.
catch.
And that is a
Did he
touchdown.
get in?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, 6
Referee
points
signals touchdown.
for the Niners. It was a nice drive.
It was. That was a very nice drive.
They just did a lot
good
of-
mix of run and pass. And
Big opening play, and that whole setup was created by Chappelle in his athleticism and making the right
I
choices.
like the fact that they're taking their shots. They're not going downfield. You know, they're taking their little chunks as the Raiders are giving it to them.
I think it's pronounced Chapel. I had a buddy, his name was Charlie Chappelle, and that's how he spelled it, so it's throwing me off. They're going for the 2,
Then they got
and that
it.
was Chris Taylor.
That was a pretty good look off by the quarterback. He looked in the middle, and then at the last minute looked to his left and had his man.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week with Matt, how few quarterbacks look anywhere other than where they're going to throw the ball at this level, and you just can't get away with it. All right, let's see what the Raiders can do to respond. Bowers is the quarterback. He's in shotgun, triples to the right. He pump fakes, dumps it down to the center, and the big fella's got 5 or 6. And that's Jordan Andrews.
Now, if you notice, Troy was over here on that big cross, and he was wide open. I
Yeah,
mean,
he came open late.
Yep.
Neither team is blitzing. Having watched so many games now with Matt Mosier, he believes blitzing every play.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah. Put some pressure on him. There's a dump
Exactly.
down low to Caden. Caden can't get anywhere. That'll set up 3rd down. Let's say, I wonder if Fillmore, he's even in MCYFL, he doesn't like to take a lot of chances. So he's a pretty conservative guy. Let's see what they do here on this 3rd down, halfway home. You have 4 downs to get a 1st down, and then after you cross midfield, you get 3 plays.
Correct.
See, I did one thing right today. Nobody ever says I'm correct very often. Galen, Greg Paquin.
Took me a while to get used to the rules out here, too.
Oh, man, some of them you're like, wait, that? Okay. The Niners are in that zone. Bowers pump fakes, comes across the middle. Just one hopped
little
them.
short.
And they're letting them play out here.
Yep.
Getting a little aggressive, which I don't mind. And let's see what Fillmore does. Oh, he's going to punt it again.
Well, the thing is, he had his man. He just underthrew the ball.
Let's see if I can pick up the coach here. This cordless mic said it has 200 yards of range. It doesn't.
No.
If I touch it, it works. I don't know. We'll wait and see if it gets closer and it pops in. But that's 2nd down on the incomplete pass. It's wild because you can kind of hear him and you kind of can't. It's just in and out.
We should have done this game on the other field and been up in the press box.
No, you can't see it. I've tried.
Fake it.
All right.
Got him. Touchdown.
Oh, you got to call the flag on that.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Yep, the flag's on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, that saved a touchdown. You can't blame Bowers for that because Chris Taylor had it. All right, so it's not.
Open the ball. You the center.
All right, here we go. Now as the mic gets closer, we can hear him a little bit better.
Now, just what is the penalty? Is it a spot foul? Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah, apparently, pass interference is a spot foul.
Huh. So now they cross midfield. They got 3 downs to put it in the end zone.
First down, we're going to have 2 guys in the backfield. Willie Jones Jr., he's going to fake the handoff, now gets it back to him. Little dump pass there. He picks up 5.
They might be rushing that play a little bit. Let it develop a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the guy that handed to, if he pumps it or looks downfield, might give that guy a little bit of a chance to get downfield.
Kaysen Sanks, I believe, was the quarterback. Ended up with the quarterback.
I actually have his little brother on my team.
Oh, there you go.
Good athlete.
We'll be open on our post.
All right, there he's going to look for him. Chappell fires to the left, down low to Willie Jones Jr., who makes the catch and's tackled immediately.
Well, there we go. We let that develop a little bit more. He picked up
Same
about
exact
5.
play, just 2 different guys, right? Hey, Coach Taylor. Yeah,
Right.
move that way. Or that way. Go either way. You're like right in my – I keep trying to look around you. It's all good. All right, so here we go. Again, we got Fat Boy as quarterback. 3 wideouts to the right. Willie's looking deep. He's looking into the end zone. It's 3rd down. He's got to get there. He fires late. Looking for Christopher Taylor Jr. Couldn't connect.
Looks like it slipped in his hand just at the last second there, a little wobbly coming out. But he had his man. He had him there.
You know, and I will tell you, he throws a pretty ball, Willie Jones Jr. Throws a pretty ball for the most part. But you're right, that ball came out, and it's that dewy time of the night.
It is.
You wonder if that had anything to do with it? And I don't know if that's a real leather ball, if that's that plastic, because that plastic will get slick.
Well, we do the plastic ball, and we have one old one from last year that we it scuffed up a little bit, and that's the one we prefer to play with.
Oh, I'll bet.
It's too slick.
So here we are. We're halfway through the 2/3 through the first half. 8-0 is our score. Double. They fake the reverse. Now they dump down to the center. Spin move. Nice play there.
Good play.
By Jordan. Your guy, Jordan.
Yep. So he's just outside the no-run zone. So they'll be able to do either.
I've got these 2 coaches who are just standing right. he didn't move. That was awesome. All right, so Bowers is going to be in shotgun. They're going to spread it out a little bit, fake the handoff one way. They got to dump her.
That cross
he
underneath.
looks deep. He's got a guy deep, but now he goes intermediate late. Had Jordan. Jordan just couldn't bring it in. That'll set up 3rd down. A lot of drop balls tonight by the Raiders.
Yes.
Good look. And again, he had so much time because neither team is blitzing. And I just wonder if that's going to change. Our score is 7-0. I thought they went for 2 earlier because he usually does. They're going to say it was just 1. 7-0's our score.
Come on.
Bowers looking, dumps. He's got enough for the 1st down.
Yep.
That's Caden. Nice play there. Nice throw and nice decision there by the quarterback. Bowers took his time, found the route, found that crossing route by Caden Terrence.
But see,
1st down.
There's a case in point. You know, the quarterback had plenty of time to wait for that route to develop. He wasn't rushed. He wasn't threatened. You know, you got somebody coming at you, you at least get him out of his box, get him moving a little bit.
Right, make him move his feet.
Exactly.
Right, that's what you talk about all the time.
Well, I'm wearing that cough button now.
Hey,
tonight.
that's what it's for. I'm happy to have it. I
No
just
kidding.
bought this set. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, the first one I bought was like $750. This one's like $150.
Nice.
It's better. It's crazy. Bowers looking deep. Oh, and that's almost picked off. Oh, he had it. Aaron Chappell. It's Chappell. Aaron Chappell had it. Just couldn't bring it down. So here we go, 2nd down inside. They got 2 more downs to get a touchdown here. It's just over the 50 if you're looking right down the camera. He's going to fake the handoff. Bowers is looking deep. He wants it all. Now he's going to check down to intermediate. Oh, and another drop ball. That one by Troy rushing. Just can't – and sometimes dropping's contagious.
Yes, it is. And because the technique was good, his hands were underneath. He wasn't trying to slap the ball down, and it just got away from him.
Oh, and it's just infectious. Sometimes there's nothing more than you can do than to just get through it. All right, so that's going to set up 3rd down. 5:30 left to go on the official clock.
I'll never forget Jerry Rice with the 49ers, Hall of Fame receiver. How he
And
warmed
the Raiders.
Up, yep, how he warmed up before each game is he would slowly jog around the entire perimeter of the football field and just throw the ball up, hands, body, and set it every time. Hands,
now they're bringing a blitzer late. Bowers shakes him. He throws it. Again, another drop.
Through the hands.
That one by Jordan Andrews. And it's not one guy.
Well, you can tell by their body language. They're getting frustrated. They're getting, upset with themselves.
Yeah, and the sad thing is it's early on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a 7-point game. No reason to hang your head.
That's right. Exactly what you got to do as a coach. You got to go to them and go, look, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Shake it off.
Well,
the nice thing about football is when you make a mistake, 45 seconds later, you get another chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah, so. I've said this a million times. I think coaches are the most – oh, there's a drop. I think coaches had a much bigger impact on my life than almost every other teacher. I can name almost every coach I've ever had. And that's it. To me, it's always been an honor for somebody to call me coach.
Yep.
Give him the ball.
Absolutely.
Go out. Get open.
And the thing is, a coach will have a
Troy, listen.
relationship
Come
with
here.
a child
Come
that no parent can have. Of course, a parent will have one that no coach can have. But,
Go right
you know,
there,
you
Troy,
need
into
both
the
ends. You need it both playing in the same arena there to help these kids out.
And that's what football does. It allows you to fail in a controlled way. There's that
Come on, not no.
RPO.
It's not a law. It's not. Man, look how short he is.
You got to love the coach. And again,
down,
you can
we gotta
call
get
it
the
the
first,
greatest
man.
play in the world, but somebody still has to execute it.
Exactly.
We're at third down now after the fumble on the first play.
Yeah, those fumbles hurt because it's dead right there.
Hey, Jordan. Hey, you
Now the mic's working.
got the middle.
Who
Middle
knows?
left. Middle left. Hey, look. Hey. Right there with a blue cone over there.
There's a big delay, so don't worry about it.
Got you.
All right, that was good. That was good stuff right there. Oh, what a gun! Another drop. Another drop.
It doesn't.
Right in the
Oh,
hands.
Bryant,
That could have been an
Bryant.
easy pick.
Point. Right here.
All
It's a
right.
law. Ball post is.
You know, the last play, it wasn't a lob. That one was a lob.
Yeah.
That's. By the way, that is actually 2 plays in a row. Anybody who's been a coach, you got to love that right
Well,
there.
the thing about it is a coach's job is to get out there in the lobby for his team, you know, and we need to help the officials make a call, you know. He was offsides. He did that. You know, where you get into trouble is where you really start arguing with the official. They're human. They're going to make
Sure.
mistakes. And, you know, and you got to realize that. And it's part of the game. It's all part of the game. And you're going to get some calls that you shouldn't have gotten, and you're going to have some go against you.
Absolutely. And 99% of the time, the better team wins.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
going to do a double reverse. That's Troy. Gets over the left side. I thought he broke a tackle. 2 kids collided over there on the side.
But sometimes it's funny. You see a coach lose his mind. You know, they may be ahead or behind by 50 points, but, of course, that one play determined the entire game. But
All right, so let's see what the Raiders can do here. That's a little different running on that first down, getting something positive.
a nice little pickup.
Again, that's all you got to do sometimes. Just get some small yards.
Yep.
They're going to fake it. Oh, good blitz came late. Troy almost got there. Good defense there by Williams, the third, Kelvin.
I don't think Troy was expecting that ball. He was still engaged with the defender and turned around, and it was on his shoulder.
Tristan Cole, was the rusher on that. That was nice. And again, that's what pressure can do.
Exactly.
I don't know how much of that play you saw, Craig, but it was a nice play.
I didn't see much of the quarterback, but I saw the receiver. I was watching him.
Thankfully, I have a little camera here that I have a little monitor that I can look at, which is helpful.
Well, there you go. I could be doing that.
Yeah, it's small and tiny, and I don't see well either. All right, so Bowers is going to be in shotgun, and that camera's right behind him. I love this view for you at home. Oh, tries to draw the rusher off. They're bringing him. Fires right where the rusher goes, which is exactly what you want to do. And Troy rushing catches it. Good offense right there. And I like the pressure, and they brought it. That was Tristan Cole on the rush. And Bauer stepped into that rush and made a nice throw.
Now they're definitely in the no-run zone, so they will be passing. And
Fourth down
I
here.
believe this is 4th down.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know who this coach is, but I'd love to tell him to move. Because he's been in my way every step.
Well, this guy's going to come over and make it unanimous.
That's right. Makes it worse. Bowers drops back, pump fakes, steps, fires, has a first down.
There
Nice
we
catch
go.
by
Nice.
Caden.
Nice.
Now all of a sudden they're making catches. And again, they're having to go quick. They just called timeout. There's 22 seconds left on the clock. I know my scoreboard ran out, but that's not official. I'm not in the NFL where I have like 45 people in a truck.
Exactly.
That was a nice little play there. They needed it. They're going to put 27 seconds on the clock.
Well, he's got timeouts. Of course, you only get 3 for the entire game. And I don't know if he used one early on. I don't know what the confusion was, because there was a lot of stoppage.
I think it was just no official.
Well,
Only thing I can think of.
That could be.
Let's see what the defense here for the 49ers does. Do they blitz it here with 20 seconds left? 27 seconds
looks
left?
like they're getting into a prevent kind of defense.
Bowers is in there, quarterback. Hard snap. He drops back, looks for his center.
Oh,
and two people got in the way. Little husband and wife issue there, a lack of communication.
You had two guys there, and then you had a crosser underneath. So 3 people in the same zone. That was kind of unusual.
Little husband and wife. It's a volleyball term. Husband and wife for the ball go beach volleyball, and it falls right between both of you. Bowers hard snap, steps into a throw. Great play there by
rusher.
Willie Jones Jr.
Yes.
Coming up. And that's where a pump fake would have, I think he scores on that. But turnover on downs, ball is going to go all the way down, and they're going to say that's the end of the half.
That's it.
That was a good half. So what we're going to do is, because I didn't do it earlier, we're going to listen to the intro. I got it from the Niners, didn't get it from the Raiders. But I love them. I think they're a lot of fun. So let's listen to that.
My name is Aaron Fields. I go to Oakcrest Elementary, and I play wide receiver and corner.
Tristan Cole, wide receiver / middle linebacker, Greenway Elementary.
Alright, my name is Amir Williams. I go to Oakcrest Elementary. I play receiver and safety.
My name is Aaron Chapel. From the school I go to, Legacy Elementary, and my position is athlete.
My name is Kason Sink. I play wide receiver and safety. I go to Destiny Leadership Academy. Go 49ers.
All right, we are back here live. Galen Unold, Greg Paquin. On the board of MCYFL for I don't know, ever. How long have you been on the board? 62 years?
Yes. And I'm only 35 years old. So
congratulations. You've been coaching for 40.
48.
48. Sorry, didn't mean to cheapen you.
Yeah.
But this has been a fun game. The
It has.
closest game we've had by far. 7-0 is our score. Now, in a couple of weeks, you got something big coming up here with MCYFL.
Exactly. We have our open sign-up. We had our return sign-up, which is returned in the morning, and then we open it up in the afternoon. And believe it or not, we had almost 400 kids sign up.
That's amazing.
And we did something different this year. We went with an online registration so the parents can get online, fill out all the information. They still need to come down here. The kids still need to be weighed in, and they still need to be assigned to a team. We're a little bit different than most leagues. We have districts. We have schools we go by. So if you play or live in this district, you're going to play for this team. And so that differs us. Most of these leagues, they recruit. They have combines and all this other stuff, so they get kids from all over the place. So that's one of the issues that we've had to run into. Of course, a lot of these coaches want to keep their kids that they've gotten from all over the county. Well, you can't do that in our league. We're bound by the peewees, and the seniors go by what school they go to. The juniors, since we have more junior teams than we have schools, they go by addresses and where they live. So.
Well, that's a terrible court. Well, and one of the things that's cool about that is when you play for the senior teams, you're playing on the high school field that you're probably going to go play for at high school.
We have a senior team at every high school in the county, and a junior and a peewee team now. So
that's cool. I didn't know you guys started that.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, we try to get continuity and loyalty because in years past, the kids would end up being at that school. If you lived in Vanguard's district, you went to Vanguard, Northbury, and so forth. Of course, now with open enrollment and all that kind of stuff, and it's getting a little bit crazy. John Brantley, head coach at Trinity Catholic, who was my quarterback in high school, put up an article on Facebook from the Orlando Sentinel about the FHSAA voting on NIL for high school players. And I'm like, oh, my goodness.
It's coming. It's inevitable.
And I always said, if you want to mess something up, throw money at it. And
amateur athleticism is dead.
Yes, they're never going to have what we had.
No.
Like I said, the group of guys I played with from, Little League Baseball into, MCIFL back then for the year, and then we were the first 4-year class at Forest High School. And that bond is unbroken. I mean, like I said, we still eat lunch together. We still hang out together, keep in contact with each other. And I'm afraid these kids are going to miss that. If a kid jumped from school to school to school every year, yeah, they might chase a trophy or a few dollars or whatever. But in years down the road, that trophy's going to be rusted in the corner. The money's going to be long spent, and they won't have that bond, that camaraderie that came with, going with your teammates, from Pee-wee to junior to senior to high school.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, this morning on the WOCA radio, Tom Schmitz and I, a big friend of yours, big fan too.
Right
we talked about that a lot today.
Go,
Oh, there's a nice little underneath pass
That
on the
is.
crossing route. Is he getting all the way?
Oh, yeah,
good
easy.
cutback.
He is
Come on,
gone.
man.
Good cut.
Touchdown. 49ers on the carry. Christopher Taylor.
I was watching him right as he came by the table and waiting for him to step out of bounds, and he walked that tightrope. He did a good job.
Christopher Taylor is an explosive. He has some speed. So our score is 13-0. I don't know. Last game we had, he scored like 7 times, I think, at the last game. So nice play by Christopher Taylor
Now,
Jr.
that was the first big play we've had, but really it came off of a short cross
Oh, wait,
route.
that wasn't Christopher Taylor Jr. That was Amir Williams Jr. I should just call everybody the junior.
There you go.
All right. They didn't get the extra point. Sorry, Amir. Nice run after the catch.
Easy, man. Defense. Hey, I need things right here. Told you, fat boy. Hey, blitz. Put it right there, man. Easy.
Again, Raymond Fillmore isn't making fun of anybody. His nickname is legitimately
I wanna
Fat
try to
Boy.
keep it, you know
That's
what
his
I'm saying?
quarterback. That was fun. And again, I had a lot of expectations for this mic that I bought. It's not the range I expected. I'll work on it. Everything's a work in process, whatever.
We did that with the officials one year. We had the official
Oh.
mic'd up, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Most of the time it did not.
Caden with the rush, trying to do the little reverse. What's so effective, that's a good call there by, is that Adrian Nunn over there? That's a good call by the official because that was a penalty. You can't make contact like that,
Right.
and I'm surprised he finally called it because they've let some of that go. All right, so here we go. The Raiders have the ball. They're down 13-0 here early in the second quarter.
Well, now they got to get a little desperate. They got to start going downfield a little bit. And running might not be a bad option for these guys.
He's looking. Bowers has all day, and they're going to call the flag because he didn't get rid of it in time. That'll set up third down.
I think
that acts as a sack.
They have a count of 7 to get rid of
That's
the ball.
correct. And again, there was good coverage there. No real separation. I don't know if somebody didn't run the right route, but there was no one open.
Problem is when you got all you guys staying, mid-range and all crossing each other, nobody's breaking away. And if the 49ers look like they're a good disciplined zone team.
Dumps back, gets the first down to Troy. He breaks one tackle, gets way down the field. Nice pickup there for the Raiders. I like that play. That was nice. And again, what was happening in the first half is that ball was being dropped.
And Troy, he's definitely the smallest kid on the team, but he's making the biggest impact, especially with that Raiders
He's so
team.
quick. He's got such quick feet. And once he catches the ball, he goes vertical. A lot of times you see these guys who cut back and forth, trying to go lateral to go vertical. He just puts his foot in the ground and goes upfield. Bowers in shotgun on first down here. He'll have 3 chances, fakes the handoff, steps up, fires to the flats to Troy. Troy's got it, and he got in for a touchdown late. That'll be touchdown, Raiders.
Well,
Did he say he was down? Waiting for the call?
I saw the flag fly. I don't see the hands up, so.
Oh, I guess he didn't get in. Oh, I thought it was close. That's for sure.
He is close. But again, he's in that no-run zone, so they're going to end up having to throw the
There
ball.
he dumps it down short, and that will be caught.
Yep, there's a touchdown. I see the hands on this side up.
Caden with the catch. Nice play there.
Well, that puts the Raiders back in the ball game anyway.
Completely different offense it looked like this time around. And again, everything's completely different when you can catch the ball.
Well, it looked like Ray opened it up a little bit more. Got a little more aggressive. Like you say, he is a conservative coach.
Going from one. They dump down to Troy. He's open.
Nice.
So much time, and Bowers is going to beat you if you give him that much time.
Now, they had a guy
Most of the
open
time.
in the back of the end zone. He had a deep cross, and he was wide open. But Troy did make the catch, so now it's 14-7.
Beautiful. 14-7, yep.
But yeah, anyway,
Beautiful drive.
back to MCYFL with our sign-ups. It's going to be Saturday the 23rd. We'll go from 9 o'clock to 3. Like I said, they can do everything online. All they need is a copy of their school portal. And they come down, they have all their paperwork, they check in, they get weighed, they get assigned, and you can even pay online.
Hey,
so if you've
that's
already
awesome.
paid,
Fields.
or you can pay when you get down here.
Can you
either
play
way.
for Sonny's tickets online?
No.
That would be great.
We'll probably set that up as well.
Yeah, go with Square.
Watch the blitz.
Coach Fillmore's mic'd up for us. Willie rolls out. Fat Boy fires it deep. That's a knuckleball to Chris Taylor.
Oh, he makes the catch.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No, that wasn't Chris Taylor. Wow, what a catch by Aaron Chappell. That was beautiful.
That was concentration because the Raider had his hands on the ball. He broke it up, but he bobbled it, and it went right into the hands of that 49er receiver.
This is kind of the explosive offense I was expecting coming into this game.
Yep.
20-7 is our score with 18 minutes officially on the clock.
You know, one unique thing
Throws
about
a little corner route. That ball's into the third deck.
Just a bit outside.
That may be the worst throw he's had
But
all
you know,
night.
flag is the only football game where you're going to have your quarterback being the biggest kid on the field.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's exactly right. There was a kid. He plays for the Jags, and I'm like, you should play quarterback in high school. He goes, no, I'm too big. I'm like, a guy named Dante Culpepper?
Exactly.
And he goes, no. I'm like, what? How do you live in Marion County, play football, and not know who Dante is?
Yeah, walk right up here to this Hall of Fame, and you'll read
you'll
all
see
about
him.
Dante Culpepper.
You'll see him. And he comes to the, to the award ceremony every year.
I see Dante every year. He comes to Vanguard's golf tournament, which we play in. He comes to the award ceremony. He's
Troy on the run.
Wanting to get back up to Marion County and get back involved with, where he started.
Yeah. Yeah, his son's playing at UCF now, playing basketball up there. It was I started for lack of a better term, I started my play-by-play career with Vanguard when they went to that state run. I covered them for all 3 years after I got out of the Navy, and that was
you were
in
Daytona?
Lot of fun. Oh yeah, I was there. I did the call.
So was I.
WMOP.
Yep.
I to this day, people are like, you said it was good. I'm like, I didn't. I've got the tape, but it looked good. Bowers fakes the handoff. He's under pressure, fires underneath. He's got the big fella, Jordan. Is that enough for a first down? No, they're going to say he's just shy.
Just shy.
That'll set up third down.
Well, a little secret for you, Galen. Way back in the day, in the early mid-'70s, I was a DJ for the Fuzz. Okay.
Oh, my father was there.
I know he was, and I worked with Wes.
Yeah.
And great guy.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he and I spent some. I've had a lot of broadcast partners. I'm glad to add you to my list now, but he was my favorite. So, yeah, that was fun.
I'll never forget. Of course, I was with the Fuzz. I did like the midnight to 6 a.m. shift. And had to play some of the, the Lawrence Welk and all this kind of stuff. But back in the day, at the radio stations, they would send these demo records out. And I'll never forget, I got one from the Bee Gees.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, oh, nice move.
Jordan, nice tackle. Are they going to call a flag on that? Yeah, they're going to call that flag. You got to call that one. So you got a demo from the Bee Gees.
For the Bee Gees, right? And the spirits haven't flown. I'll never forget it in my life. I decided it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Who is going to hear this? So I played the record, and Galen, if you remember, the boards back then were huge.
They were massive.
And that board lit up, phone calls coming from left and right. How dare you play that?
Oh, yeah.
It was
They're going to dump it.
unbelievable.
Nice play by Willie Jones. And again, if you've lived in Ocala for any length of time, I've been here since 1972. There was an old WFUZ WMOP building. It was painted with the American flag.
Absolutely.
It's now a parking lot across the street from my house. But on the left side was the WFUZ studio.
Oh, yeah.
And on the right side was the WMOP studio. And then behind it was the recording booth. All kinds of times for Bauer. Now he fires late, and it's going to be tipped and picked. Oh, what a catch. What a move.
Yeah, unfortunately, that pass was a little behind his receiver and went through his hands and got an interception.
I think that was I don't know who got that. I think it was Calvin Williams. But what was fun
Yeah, we
about
had a big window facing.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't First or Magnolia, or whatever it is. It was a side street we were facing.
That's right. And what was fun is when I was growing up, my dad would let me magnetize the carts.
Oh yeah,
that was it was like, don't put it on your mouth because it'll magnetize. And I was scared to death. But
what used to scare me when it was so quiet, and all of a sudden that teletype machine would go off and rattle the whole building.
Oh, crazy. We used to play upstairs. Oh, they're going deep here. Willie Jones. Oh,
great defense.
Good play by Bowers.
Great defense.
I mean, I could tell you some stories about FUZ, but my first broadcast experience, I don't think anybody cares, but my first broadcasting experience was reading the Marion County lunch menu. So.
Hey, a lot of us took that serious back in the day.
Oh, man. Well, that's where you got all your news.
Exactly. I mean, when were we going to get the square cardboard pizza for lunch?
And, of course, WFUZ made the Vanguard Knights famous during their state championship run. Early on, my dad developed a relationship with Jim Haley, bringing it back to sports. And he did every single Vanguard basketball game for 10 or 11 years. All their state championships, he went on the road with them. And when they would travel on the road, it was like they were rock stars because they heard them on the radio at night.
Right.
There's a shot to Chris Taylor. He makes one man miss, makes two.
Wow, look at the speed.
Look at the speed for the young man. Touchdown, Chris Taylor.
Man,
he can run, man.
When he turned the afterburners on, there was no catching him. That was impressive.
Run. Jim Haley would have liked that.
Well, the game's kind of playing out like you thought it would.
Yeah, starting to really get some scoring. It's 27-7 is our score. Nice throw there by Willie. And a great catch by Taylor. Now, after the game, hopefully we're going to talk to the coach and to the player of the game. We've already talked to Chris Taylor once. There's the corner route. Couldn't get in.
No, he's out.
Are they going to call a flag on that? That could have been pass interference.
That kind of looked like a jump ball. But, again, it was a little too tall, a little too long over there.
Nice route. Let's see if the Raiders can respond here. I got to fix these mics. I'm disappointed. I'll have to work on it, figure out why they don't work as well as they're supposed to work.
But anyway, yeah, we're going to take a break through spring break and come back on the 23rd.
You came back for sign-ups.
Yeah, and come back for sign-ups. And, you know, we run about 1,500 kids through our league between players and cheerleaders, and that's a big, big task.
And hundreds of volunteers, too.
Well, I don't know if we got hundreds. I wish we had hundreds.
Feels like it. There's Troy. He's got.
Well, when you count all the coaches and assistants, yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
Bet you do.
Absolutely.
Well, and one of the things that people don't understand is the commitment that these kids make. You got practice 4 days a week.
Well, we start with 5 days a week.
5 days a week, and then once the season comes on, it's 4 days a week with a game on Saturday.
Right.
And what that does is it develops some of that discipline and strength and mental toughness, because I tell this story all the time. My son's like, I don't want to go to practice. I'm like, well, you're going.
Yeah.
It's not an option.
Well, you know, you asked me the difference between flag and tackle ball. There's a nice one across
throw.
the middle.
Troy.
He's got a little bit of room, and he slips. I see
Did
a
he
flag
get in?
on the ground.
I guess he made the tackle. That was a nice play.
Yeah, one of the big differences with flag and from tackle to flag was the amount of practice time. You know, we're allowed, 1 or 2 hours a week?
Sure.
You know, I've got more time with my kids in our opening week of practice than I have with the whole season with this flag group.
Unbelievable.
You know.
And there is people are like, oh, what about their fitness? Are they ready? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not allowed to have pads. You know, it's very structured.
Oh, yeah.
On when you can use pads and when you can't. And, the first – 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Well, we go into a summer conditioning now.
Yeah.
So we have, I think we're allowed 2 hours a week for conditioning.
I can't remember what it is.
And then when we start our regular practice, we go 3 days just helmets, getting the kids used to the helmets, no contact. Then the last 2 days are helmets and shoulder pads. Again, no contact. Just
coming late to Troy. Oh, and he dropped it.
Yeah. Just getting them used to the equipment. And then we go
Bowers.
into full contact a week later. But they've got 10 hours of practice under their belt before they have their first contact.
And even when you're having that first contact, it's very controlled.
Oh, yeah.
You are in a situation where, again, as you talked about throughout, is you're going to be in a position to be successful. And more importantly, it kind of takes out the fear of it.
Exactly.
You're not going straight into, oh, we're going to do Oklahoma drills. It's day
no,
one. No.
And the old drills, you know, I got inducted into Forest Hall of Fame, and Coach Hall and Coach Romeo and Coach Simmons were up there. And Coach Hall looked at the other two, and the first words out of his mouth were, guys, it's a good thing we're not coaching nowadays or we'd all be in jail. And that's the truth. I mean, some of the drills and stuff that we ran, we would go 2.5, 3 hour practices with 0 water breaks. You know.
Salt pills.
Yes. We came out of the field house, and there was that cartridge. You pumped it, and these little pink salt pills came out.
Jim Simmons is a national treasure.
He is. He is.
Whenever I talk to him, he goes, yeah. And then all of a sudden, you can't help but start talking about Tony Kaysen. If he doesn't break his ankle, they win the state championship. And I just remind him that Emmitt Smith ran for over 250 yards against him twice.
Yep.
Well, Galen, he was a rare athlete.
Coach Simmons gave me my nickname.
What? Okay. Do you really want me to know it?
You ready for this? Cream Puff.
Cream Puff.
Cream Puff.
That sounds like a Coach Simmons.
It is. It is. I was too nice. He said I needed to develop that killer instinct.
And, and that's another thing. Back then, coaches stayed forever.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Simmons was at Forest for his entire life, I felt like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still alive.
Absolutely.
But Bowers is going to drop back. They're going to go for 2, it looks like, from here. He's going to dump back to late to Troy.
And
Troy's got it.
Troy has come alive.
I think that was for 2. It's really hard to tell from this angle.
True.
Was that 1 or 2? All right, let's see what they do with the scoreboard. The scoreboard says it's 26 now. They keep adjusting it. 26 to 15. It was 2. Woohoo!
Yep.
1 in a row for me. All right, there's a snap to Fat Boy. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to run it up the field. Nice run there by Chappelle. It's Chappell? I've said it wrong every single time. Chappell. I'm telling you, I had a buddy. His name was Charlie. He almost broke his neck doing a backflip by running up the wall. And I was like, oh, I thought he was dead. Anyway, so here we are. It's second down now. 6:50 according to the official clock. The quarterback is going to be Willie Jones Jr. He pump fakes under pressure. They bring a blitz. He makes a miss once, twice. Then he got the sack.
Him. What a
Just
sack.
too much dancing and prancing
Yep,
there.
that was a big loss. That's the problem. I think some of it might be a strategy, Galen,
What we got to get it first?
Where you don't send a rusher early
first,
on and get that quarterback used to being able just to stand there and take his sweet time, and then all of a sudden he's got somebody breathing down his throat.
Yeah, and he's got to adjust to that. He had him.
Yep.
He beat
I got 2 downs left.
He bit the blitz.
Come on.
All right, now we got
Man.
Coach Williams. I mean, they're not going to call that on him. 26 to 15. Why would he punt? He's got 2 downs left. All right, here we go. It's getting crunch time now. 9 minutes left.
Absolutely.
Hey, little rush. You know it's open. You know what's open.
And it's still a 2-score game.
He's under pressure. Under pressure. Fires. Oh, and it should have been picked. Should have been picked. I think the official got in the way. Nice break up with his belly.
Part of the game.
Hey, what you going to do? He's a part of the game now. That was 3rd down, so he's going to punt now. Big play there by the Raiders.
Absolutely.
Good defensive stop.
It would have been nice to have the pick and have the ball on that side of the field, but,
So let's see what Coach Fillmore can do. Let's see if he opens it up. That last drive, there's a lot of spring in the step of the Raiders now. This has been a fun game.
Well, he needs 2 scores, so he needs to reach deep into his bag of trickeration, as they say.
Trip wide outs. They're going to look across the middle. Center's wide open. He gets it late. Jordan. Willie tries to tackle the ball, misses. It'll be 2nd down, halfway to go for the 1st down. They're going to rush here. They're going to go quick.
Yep. Well,
the clock is 4 minutes, not 9 minutes.
Yep. He knows he needs 2 scores.
4 minutes, not 9 minutes. The glare is just terrible with the lighting. Bowers drops back. Now a rush comes late. Willie tries to get there, misses, dumps it down low to Caden. Caden's going to have enough for the first down. It'll be first and goal from there. Are they going to say something?
I thought he had the first down.
There's a flag on the play of some kind, but he doesn't throw a flag. He just talks about it.
Well, I think you're going to get him for tackling again. He did kind of wrap him up a little bit on the stop.
Fair call. I think it's a fair call. That's going to move him a little deeper. So it'll be first down from wherever they spot it. 3:50 left to go. Raiders are down by 2 scores, and now they are throwing a flag on the official.
Looks like one of the coaches said something he shouldn't ought to say.
Well, I'm glad he was muted. Coach Williams getting a flag.
I think it was one of the assistants.
I think he's asking for a league official to come over for something. Not quite sure why. John's coaching a team. He isn't coming over. John Ivory is coaching his Bengals. He will not come. I'm just telling you right now.
I don't know where Steve is, but
Steve's in the probably in the shed. All right, so here comes Bowers. There's the spot. He's in shotgun. 3:30 left to go here in the game. He claps, gets the snap, drops back, takes his time, pump fakes, looks, takes his time. Now he's going to fire intermediate, and that ball's caught and dropped.
Oh, no.
Are they going to call that a catch? Are they going to call that a catch? They're going to say it's incomplete.
He said he bobbled it.
I think that's the right call.
Yep.
I felt like that's exactly the right call. I'm not sure if they were trying to wait for a flag or some kind.
And I think one of the Raiders coaches said, "Excuse me, sir, but I think you're incorrect with that call."
I think that was word for word.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I told the coaches they would be muted unless they were on the field. Fillmore didn't want any part of that. There's a deep ball to Troy, broken up by Chappell. That'll be third down from there. Third and goal. They got to score here. Big part of the game right now. Fillmore's got to. Yeah, don't do that to me. John will text me and there was a running joke. We had other things to talk about this week, but there's usually a running joke of how many times I named the wrong kid. It's in the hundreds.
Well,
it's hard.
I do that with rosters and numbers. I mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody.
I will say, if your child plays here and you're in the booth and they say your name, it's a good day.
Well, you know what gets me is I sit here on this B field and I look over at that press box.
Oh, there's a good tackle there by Willie.
Nice sack.
Sorry.
But, I remember the press box being on telephone poles and wooden. I remember so many coaches in there that thing would be swaying back and forth, and a lot of good memories on this field.
It would rattle.
Yeah.
It would rattle.
Absolutely. Creak.
Now you go up there and it's like, wow, this is what all press boxes should be like.
Well, the thing about it is.
Because whoever designed Forrest didn't go here.
Oh, my God. Don't even get me started on that one.
There's so many blind spots in that press box.
I think I've talked at of course, I did Booster for quite a while.
Sure.
And I've been to Lake Weir.
Lake Weir's nice because it's
nice.
an old school.
And
Dunellen's is
yep.
Both sides are great. I love the guest side.
And I tell you what, when we designed our press boxes, I went
That's
with
Amir Williams.
What I wanted to see in a press box.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You were the guy. Well, it's all your FUZ.
Well, actually, I went to the University of Florida to become an architect, so I got a little bit of education in the thing. But I wanted it wide open. I wanted a view. I wanted to get close to the action. Like I said, I was very disappointed at the Forest High School.
Well,
press box.
Whoever designed that has never sat there for any game, any type of an event.
No.
Because there's a middle pillar in the windows you can't
The architect
open.
on the project was a Japanese fellow who was unfamiliar with football. First of all, you never put a press box facing west in Florida.
No. Chappell's under all kinds of pressure.
Oh, and they
nice
got him.
sack.
They got him.
Nice sack there. Not sure who that was. Was that Troy?
It looked like
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yep.
Troy.
Yep. Big man. He's playing big tonight, that's for sure.
Sure.
Hey, line up right here, man. It's over with. It's over with. Line up, man.
All right, they're going to say that's the end of the game.
Well, it is counting down, but
4 seconds.
That was exciting.
That was a great game. Final score here, 26-15. Stick around because we're going to talk to the head coach and of the Niners, Gerard Williams, and also good work, my man. That's top work. And also the player of the game. Let's see who he brings over.
And this is a good thing about football. You know, I always tell my kids, you respect the game, respect your opponent. And at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We're all doing it. You know, coaches, everything. We're out here to get these kids a good experience.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's the playoffs are the only thing that matter. So the playoffs are the only thing that matter.
Well,
right?
the thing about it
the
is
regular season doesn't mean that much.
Yeah, and I don't care, you know, whether it's flag, whether it's tackle, whether it's the different leagues or whatever. The issues come with the adults. The kids are great. The kids are great.
Don't I know it?
And if we adults would just keep in mind that we're out here for these kids, you know, give them a good experience, give them something positive to take out of whatever situation they're in. You know, most of these situations would answer themselves, but
that's absolutely fair. And so often, you know, as a coach, you're getting the brunt of that criticism when you really don't have any idea of what's going on between the lines.
Oh, yeah.
And what your conversations are.
Exactly.
You know, what's going on one-on-one with those conversations.
Right. You know, and whether you're a coach, an administrator, or whatever, you never get the good side. Nobody ever walks up to you and go, hey, I think you're doing a great job. You never get that. When you hit the door, you get every problem, every issue, everything just constantly, you know. And it's a tough deal. It's a tough deal. But, you know, you tough it out. You do what you do. But you do it for the kids.
Coach Williams.
First off, Coach, bring the mic back.
Well, that'll be step one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a little distracted because he got a big win. That was one of those they want to win.
Yes.
These two talk a lot, so that's one of those personal ones. We all have those.
Oh yeah.
You've been doing it so long, you don't even have any rivals anymore.
No, of course not.
Your goal is just to outlive them.
Yeah.
Let me grab them. Hold on, everybody, hang tight. Coach. Hey, Gerard. Hey, and bring a player. Come on, Chappelle. Grab the headphones. Grab the headphones over there.
Headphones right here.
Yeah, each grab a set. Hold on, I gotta plug them in.
Is that our little speed demon right there?
All right. Are we on? Yeah, here we go. All right, how are you today, sir? Good. Yeah, my mic went dead. Can we hear him? Can you hear him?
I can't. Say again? Yeah, but we can't hear you.
Put your mic up there. That's the reason. There you go. Turn it sideways. Yep, now talk.
All right.
There you go. Now we got you.
All right. Hey, big game for you tonight. You did a little bit of everything, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
So talk about your scores. You were everywhere. I finally got your name right at the end. Chappelle, Chapel. It's Chapel. I know that now. But
after that one where he kicked the afterburners on, he can be called anything he wants to. Speedy was a good one.
Yeah, so talk about the game.
So we did good. All our players started let up in the second half, and we started picking back up.
So what was your keys coming in tonight?
We were studying practice, watch the middle.
That's it?
And watch the reverses.
Yeah, you guys are really gotten that RPO down with you and, your quarterback, Fat Boy. He seems to be – you guys have some real connections there. That's it? You don't have anything to say about it?
Well, no.
You are the best team in 10U comp, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
You beat everybody that you needed to beat. You beat the Bengals. You beat the Raiders.
Yes, sir.
You're coming into the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You're into the playoffs. That's when it really counts. You going to win it this year?
Yes, sir.
How many rings do you already have?
3.
You've got 3 rings. And where do you get 3 rings from?
Flat, under the lights and tackle. And
who do you play for MCYFL?
I play.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Cool. Well, you need to come over here. All right. What's the other ring?
I think it was a ring pop he got out of concession stand.
It's the other ring from the yeah,
Where do you go to school?
Legacy.
All right. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Girlfriend?
Shout
mom?
out to
You see how they light up when you let
shout
them
out
do
my
a shout?
boy Chris.
Chris Taylor Jr. He was here last time we had you guys at the game of the week. He didn't want to give up the mic. He was comfortable. You got to get used to this if you're going to be this next level athlete, right? You got to get used to the microphone. Anything else? Coach Williams, how you feeling?
I feel pretty good after that. I just feel like our execution was a little off today, but we did when it counted. So that's all I can ask for.
That was a much lower scoring game than I think we expected.
Right.
Here, put these on. There you go.
Yes, sir. It was a little low scoring. Like I say, our execution was a little off. We had to make some adjustments that we wasn't ready for, but at the end of the day, we did what it takes and came out victorious.
Well, you know, when you first came out, you were doing some short passes, short crosses, a little bit of runs and stuff like that. It looks like you were content getting chunks of yardage and just working your way down the field. But once you broke a couple of big plays, it was game on.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was time to open up the book.
Yeah, and talk about trying to keep your athletes fed.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because you've got guys all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
You got this young man here. You've got Chris Taylor, who we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Amir Williams, who
yeah.
made some massive
Oh, yeah.
plays. That run where he
Oh,
broke
yeah.
it out was I think was the biggest play of the game.
Right. Some things just uncoachable.
Yeah.
Once we get him the ball,
It was fun listening to you. The microphone didn't work as well as we thought. But
Yes, sir.
Your communication with your quarterback, it was just so fun.
Yes, sir.
And you put a lot on Willie, don't
Oh,
you?
yeah. Oh, yeah. I expect a lot out of him. I've been coaching him. I probably coached him about 3-4 years, so I know what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know if they can do it, that's what I expect.
All right. So what do you got? You got anything, Mr. Chappell?
Well,
Hey, Ron.
come back hard next week.
Who do you got next? Well, no, are you off
We're
next
off.
week?
Yeah, we got another game Wednesday, which is after spring break. We come back
Right,
Wednesday.
that's right.
And we got the Ravens. I think we got the Ravens. So that's they supposed to be tough. I just want to see just how tough they is.
You going to go to their practice and scout too?
No, sir. They gonna come to us and scout us.
Well, they got the film on you now. You are no longer going
I
to
switch
sneak
it up
off
every
people.
game.
I know. I do like it. I think it's a completely different offense than what I've seen.
Coach,
yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot real quick.
Yes, sir.
There was a penalty down here
Right.
against the sideline.
Right.
What, do you want to elaborate on that a little
Yeah,
bit?
they gave us a late penalty after we got a turnover, saying there was pulling of the hips, but the play was 10 seconds old when he called the flag, when he threw the flag.
Well, he couldn't find it. I mean, he did help you up. He did have a pass
Yeah,
breakup.
yeah, he did.
Same official just standing there.
Yeah.
He used his whole body to
Oh,
break
yeah.
that one
Oh,
up.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. So I already know I came in the game with the game plan. Keep my mouth closed because the officials, they definitely be on me.
One thing, defensively, you had that center covered.
Oh, yeah.
And it stopped all of their runs because
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the things they like to do is get Troy out in space.
Right.
And you seem to just be able to lock that down.
Right. Yeah, we preach that all week. If I got rushed that guy, we need a fill-in spot. So just keep everything in front of us, and we'll handle the rest.
And staying on defense, you don't always blitz.
Oh, no.
Why not?
I want to see what they can do. I want to see what they got to offer.
Don't eat when you're in the mic. Come on, Aaron. You got to act like you've been here. You can wait.
Right. Sometimes you got to see what they offer,
Well, a good strategy with that other quarterback, and I mentioned this to Galen. If you don't rush him, he gets comfortable back there, and then all of a sudden you do put a rush on him, and it kind of freaks him out a little bit.
That's what I do.
Well, it was fun.
Yes,
well,
sir.
thank you, Coach Williams. We're
Thank
going to
you for
see you
having us.
again.
Oh, yeah.
I know. We've already
Oh,
had
yeah.
two.
Oh, yeah.
We've already had two with you,
Hey,
and you've
I
showcased.
think we should be live of the week every week.
Well, that's I don't make those choices.
Yes, sir.
I'm not smart enough to make them.
Yes, sir.
But congratulations
Thank
on the
you very
victory.
much,
The
guys.
Niners.
Coach, congratulations.
win.
Thank you. Thank
Mr.
you.
Chappell.
Mr. Chappell. I
Excellent.
won't call you
Watching you guys
Chappelle
play.
anymore. I had one of my best friends in high school, same spelling.
Right.
was
Chappelle. Right.
Y'all figure that out amongst the family.
But he had a play down here. He got that little pass crossing
Oh,
in the
yeah.
middle. And
Oh,
when
yeah.
he kicked on the afterburner, you weren't going
sweet.
to catch him.
Mr.
It was
Otto,
sweet.
That's
Yep.
what we call him.
Good
Mr.
hips.
Otto.
All right. Well,
All right.
congratulations
Thank
to both
you very
of you.
much.
All right. Y'all have a great night. Greg, anything you want to say before we check out?
Well, Galen, this was fun. You
You were worried about it, weren't you?
No, not really. Not really.
I hope not. You and I have known each other way too long.
Play-by-play and PA announcing is night and day. It's two different ball games here. But years ago, we did a Pee Wee Championship, our Super Bowl, and we did a play-by-play, and that was very interesting, and I really enjoyed that. And Dale Jackson was my color guy, and I was the play-by-play guy, and that was a lot of fun.
I've covered several Super Bowls out here. For MCYFL.
The nice thing about being the color guy is you don't have to have all these names and numbers and know who everybody is.
No.
I'll just pick up off what you say.
Yeah.
If that's Chappelle, that's Chappelle. Yeah, whoever he is, he did a great
terrible.
play. That was awesome.
That'll
was
be
awesome.
great. Chapel.
But no, this was fun. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk about MCYFL. And like I say, we've been here. We're going into our 54th year.
Unbelievable.
And a lot of good memories down here from a lot of people. Our boardroom is full of pictures of guys that came through the league and made it into the second level, up into college, up into the pros. It's just been a good experience.
Well, and even for the guys who don't make it to that level, this program is so important for them.
Well, you know what, Galen, I'm glad you brought that up, because when you get to select and coach a few elite athletes, that's one thing. But when you take that kid that his only football experience is going to be in the junior division of MCYFL, and you want to make it as special for him as you do your top athletes.
Yeah,
and
that's absolutely right.
And I think that's important for youth coaches to focus on and understand.
And it translates to other sports.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, you look at, we've had some of the best baseball players in the country play MCYFL.
Well, I talk about my assistant coach, Coach Tiffany, and she's been with me for a couple of years now. And this is our second flag campaign, and she'll be going into her third tackle campaign. And she looked at me one day and she said, "How do you know if you're doing a good job?" And I said, "It'll take you about 10 or 15 years when that kid runs into you at Publix." And he said, "Coach, thank you. You made a difference in my life."
And he doesn't even look the same. He's like a completely different human being.
But he says, "Coach, you made a difference in my life." That's when you know you did a good job.
Sure.
But that's all you can do. Love on the kids. We incorporated the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, a huddle, into our program.
Yep.
It's been amazing. The reception has been absolutely amazing. Again, Coach Tiffany does such a great job with that. I really, really appreciate her for that. And it's just fun. It's just fun. The kids eat it up. They love it.
I'm going to be out here tomorrow night if you want to join us.
I'm actually playing tomorrow night.
Uh-oh.
Yep. We play at 7, I believe.
You going to win? You going to call your shot right here?
Yeah.
You're going to win?
I'm going to call it.
All
I'm going
right.
to call it, yeah.
Awesome. For Greg Paquin, anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's it. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
It's an honor. It's good to call a game with a former FSU Fuzz guy. Next time we'll talk about Jim Kirk.
There you go. Big Jim.
Another pillar of the community.
Exactly.
But again, for my man Greg, Galen, thank you very much for joining us. And we'll be back tomorrow night. We got a doubleheader tomorrow night, including the girls, the 10U girls. That's going to be a blast. And my favorite division, the 6U. I love the 6U. I think it's a lot of fun. All right. So thank you guys very much for watching.